Alright.
So today we are squeezing together to try to introduce to everybody this hashtag Wanderlust kit. So the hashtag kits are going to be like more simple kits. Things that, even if you're not a beader, if you've ever even been introduced to beading, we have something for you, and it will be a cohesive project, colors kind of the same, so you can wear it all together, you can make it for yourself, share it with a friend, but great introductions to people who have or have not beaded before.
Which is me. I have not beaded before. I have put,
Which
as
is
I
why
said
you're
before,
here with us.
which is why I'm here.
Yes.
I have put seed beads on a needle, and that's about it. So that's my beading experience right now.
Yeah, well, hey, some people can't get that far, so
Yeah.
we're gonna, if you're that person who has not even gotten that far, we will get you there.
Yes, 100%.
So with the hashtag Wanderlust kit, you are going to get 3 projects. You're going to get a pendant that you can quickly and easily make. You're going to get a knotted wrap bracelet or necklace, however long you want to make that. It can be a necklace or a bracelet. And you're going to make a pair of earrings, which I'm wearing, so you can't see them very well right now, but we're going to make those. And you're going to have an introduction to a few different types of techniques. First thing we're going to tackle...
Well, one thing that we need to do, though, is I'm Amber. I'm the one who's normally behind the camera, and today I'm in front of it because they said, who in this building doesn't know how to bead and is willing to go on camera and is willing to show everybody that we can, in fact, give these kits to our teenagers in our life, our young adults in our life, our friends, our families, people who want to get into beading but are maybe a little intimidated by bead weaving, because I am definitely not going to do anything with 2 needles anytime soon. So I'm Amber.
You'll get hooked.
I'll get hooked.
Yes.
So I'm behind the camera normally.
So that's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Not just a pretty face.
Not just a pretty face, but a pretty face.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so the first kit out of our Wanderlust kit, first little packet we're going to tackle, is this pretty cabochon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this guy aside for right now. And you'll have 3 components and some glue for this kit, or for this project here. So I feel like this is sort of like a test, right? Like if I put in front of a 5-year-old child a circle and then another circle, and it's like, can you figure out that the one will go in the other?
I don't know. You know, my son is pretty smart at 5, but knowing him, he would probably try to glue this to our cat, Pearl.
Okay.
So I probably would not give my 5-year-old a thing of super new glue and a cabochon.
Well, fortunately, 5-year-olds aren't who we're targeting with this kit. So let's say you were a 38-year-old woman, and I put these 2 items in front of you.
What are you going to do?
You probably would be able to figure out pretty quickly that, oh, this fits right inside. There's a nice lip in here on the edge of this cabochon, and there's a nice spot in here where this cabochon will sit, and all we have to do is glue it in there.
Yeah.
So let's take that guy out.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put some glue in here. I'm saying this like I know what I'm doing, but I just like to be authoritative, and, you know, when you say things with confidence, everybody believes you. So I'm just going to say with confidence.
I'm going to put the glue in there.
I'm going to put the glue in here. I am not going to go to the edges, because I actually have glued something for Allie once for a project I was photographing, and let me tell you, the glue went everywhere, and it just got all over the crystals, and it was pretty gross. So I learned my lesson that hard way.
Yeah, so if you don't get it to the edges, you're not going to squish it out the edges. So
Let me do it. I'm like a little kid. All right. I got to say, I can make jewelry now.
So before you just plop that guy in there, what are you looking for?
I'm looking to make sure that those mountains are upright and not all... I'm going to say it again. I said it on Allie's channel. Cattywampus. That's me growing up from Iowa, okay? Via Maine, via Maryland. So All right, so I'm gonna make sure it's not too cattywampus. I'm gonna stick it in there because even now I can barely turn it.
Yeah.
So I just wanna make sure that I get it in there nice and tight, right side up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Looks good. Yeah, because the super new glue does dry pretty quickly. We use it a lot for tying the glue knots on, if you do like a stretch bracelet.
Yep.
You tie the put a little glue dot on there, so it dries super quickly. It will hold that cabochon in there, and then the last thing you need to do is, of course, put it on your finished cord. And you don't have to do anything to this cord. It already comes with the ends, and you don't have to open any rings or anything. You're just gonna slide it on.
There we go. My
Yep.
first piece of jewelry.
There you go. So much easier than you thought.
I know, I was this many years old when I finally started making jewelry.
Yeah. So now you can tell everybody you made this beautiful piece of jewelry.
Nice. I'm wearing one right now. It's pretty. I like it.
So yeah, we loved the colors of this. These like gold cranberry colors with a little bit of that like antique brown brass color. So this is your first one, just to kind of dip your toe in the beading pool there.
And this is going to be a limited edition kit, so it's only going to be around for the fall 2020. We're not going to restock it, but then Mandy, our kit maven, as I like to say, will come out with another kit that is more winter themed.
So the second project that we have here for you guys is going to be this lovely knotted necklace, bracelet, wrap, whatever you want to call it. You should be able to make it long enough to make a necklace. So you could even take your cabochon and put it on there.
I have to say hi to my mom real quick. Hi, Susan Turner. That's my mom.
Aww.
She birthed this creative genius, so it's all her fault.
She passed on the gluing skills.
That she did. Mom, thank you for teaching me how to glue.
Top-notch gluer. So this is basically just doing overhand knots. If you can do overhand knots, you're good, right? So now we're working our way up. We did the glue.
What is an overhead knot? Like, I know what a knot is.
Overhand knot?
Yeah, I know what a knot is, but Allie's always saying right over left, left over right. Is that an overhead knot?
That's a square knot.
Okay.
It's two overhand knots that are, like, done the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah. You were never a Girl Scout, were you? Okay. Yeah, so what you're going to get in this kit is a variety of some beads that will fit on this wax linen cord. So if I had to put you on the spot here and say about how much wax linen cord do you think you need for a bracelet like this?
I mean, I would probably go like 16, 18 inch. No, probably more than that because I need the knots, right?
Right. So you want to account for the knots. The knots don't take up a lot of room, but they take up some room. So about maybe ½ inch or so, or ½ inch, ½ inch per knot, depending on how big your knots are. So what I would do is I would start by figuring out about how long you want it to be total length.
Okay.
And then multiplying that by maybe 2.
Okay.
And you're going to have some extra.
Okay, so if I just wanted to eyeball this, I'd probably go like... I'm like trying to stretch it out, but you can't see it. Now, am I going to end up like Jenny with a big tangle if I get too much?
You're not. No.
Okay.
So this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to take my sample here. I know you guys
at home
you guys at home won't have a sample, so I'm doing it for them.
Yeah. Okay.
So we don't have a ruler around here, do we?
Nope.
Okay. So what we're gonna do? Oh, we do.
On the back of this postcard.
Okay. So if you want it to be about 16, 18 inches, you're gonna want a couple feet. So you can use any ruler that you have, and we're just gonna do a couple feet. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it here.
And yeah, Robin, you're correct that these are our new kind of beginning jewelry making kit for are called the Wanderlust kit. It's going to be a limited edition kit that you can purchase on PotomacBeads.com. And then, and it's just beginning bidders. This isn't a box item. It's just something that's going to be a new product on Potomac Beads. You're going off the edge of the camera there. You can get closer. Oh, it's underneath the project board as close as you look. Okay, we got it.
So this is waxed linen cord, which means that it has a nice thick coat of wax. And as you work with it, you'll start to feel the wax kind of coming off on your fingers. I'm going to get you started on this and then let you go, and then I'm going to dive into those earrings over there.
Okay,
and
great.
then we'll check back with you.
Okay.
Kind of like the magic of like the turkey in the oven that's like
right.
Turkey in the oven that's ready 10 minutes after it was in. I'm going to start with this end here where we've got the button. And I'm starting with the button first because the only way I'm going to know how big of a loop to make for that button is to have the button
there.
Is to have the button there.
Makes sense.
Yeah. With this wax linen cord, all you're going to have to do is give the end a little twist. Okay. And that will make it nice and stiff. It will, it'll just kind of make it a nice thin, stiff end so that you don't have to have any trouble poking it through. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go through now one side of my button.
Sorry, I was like, I now have a song in my head.
Okay. No songs. This is not supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be serious beading. So I'm going to pick up, you don't have to, but I'm going to pick up 2 of my little seed beads here because that just makes a cute little embellishment that you're going to see on the inside of that cut button. Okay. Awesome. And then if I need to, I can twist and get that little stiffer there.
So you are kind of just picking up the seed beads like you do with a needle.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, because fortunately with this wax linen cord, you have the ability to keep the end stiff. Mm-hmm. And after a while, if you work with it and you keep twisting it and like the wax starts kind of coming off, just trim it, start with the fresh end. Okay. Yeah.
So that's another reason why you probably want to get a much longer piece of the wax linen cord if you keep on snipping it down.
Yeah, yeah.
Could you just start on the roll?
You can start on the roll. I mean, I just prefer to start off of the roll, but you want to, yeah, I would just cut yourself, you know, maybe 1.5, 2 times the total length, especially when you get into knotting. Okay. And then what I'm going to do here is just do an overhand knot here. There's some different things that you can do here to make it fancy. You can do a little macrame knot. You can just simply do a knot. But I'm just going to do one little overhand knot there just to hold it together. And then I'm going to switch which hand I'm holding my threads in and do another overhand knot. And that, my dear, is a square knot.
Okay.
Yeah. Right over left, left over right.
Okay.
Now you can do a macrame or something if you want to, but basically as long as you have a good knot there, that's going to be enough to hold this because the wax is also going to hold all those threads together. It's going to kind of melt together. Okay. Yeah.
And then would you want to put a little dot of glue on this to keep it together?
You could. You definitely could. So what I'm looking at here is my bead selection. And I would love it if I could get 2 pieces, my wax through, 2 pieces of wax through a bead, but I'm not sure if I have that.
Oh, are you saying so that you can keep that little tail there?
Yeah, just so you can keep the little tail there, yeah.
Okay.
We'll try this. We'll see what we got with this. Yeah, this might work, actually.
And is that to keep it more secure so that if your knot does fray a little bit, it doesn't go?
Yeah. Oh, so close.
If we started with one of these, maybe.
Does
it have maybe a bigger hole?
Sometimes the seed beads work.
Yeah, the seed bead I think does probably have the largest hole.
But it's really, but if this doesn't work, that's fine. You don't absolutely need that. But sometimes I start with that just to keep it, just to kind of hide that end. And anybody who's familiar with the, with like basic beading, you'll be familiar with that because you'll say, oh yeah, I want to put cover my end in there. Yeah. Okay.
I lost track of what you were saying because I was reading the comments.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm the worst, probably, like, student that she'll ever have.
So we're just going to go ahead and cut that extra off
Okay.
because it's really not necessary
Okay.
to have there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cut that extra off.
Oh, and I have to say
And
happy
I
birthday to
used it
Denise. Her birthday was, it's probably yesterday down in where you're at, right? Happy birthday.
So we're going to start by putting on, now at this point, really, you're just going to do a variety.
Okay.
It's really just going to be kind of whatever you want to do. I like to do a string of a few different seed beads here. So maybe I'll do a block of 4 or 5 seed beads.
Okay.
And then, now you can knot between, and you're just doing a simple overhand knot. So we can knot between each bead that we put on, or we can knot between, really whatever you feel like. This is really just all up to you, yeah.
Okay, so I do have to admit, I did try knotting something once that I was photographing for Allie, and it was a disaster. How do you get your knots so tight? Because mine were like out here, the beads were falling off the knot, they were like all over the place. It was.
So this is my secret. So you're just doing an overhand knot.
Okay.
Just like you're tying your shoes.
Oh.
So we're gluing, we're tying our shoes.
I wear flip-flops, I don't tie my shoes.
Okay, well.
I also wear...
Where's your mom? She never learned how to tie her shoes.
It's kind of embarrassing. No, actually, seriously though, when I did triathlons, I used speed laces so I didn't have to tie my shoes. I mean, I can tie my shoes. Don't get me wrong. I can tie my shoes.
This is the perfect kit for you because we're teaching you all kind of life skills during this. So what I like to do, for real, is I like to make sure that my overhand knot, it looks so huge right here.
Right.
But I like to make sure that it looks big when it's really close to the bead.
Okay.
Because then it gives me plenty of room to work. And I'm pulling this extra thread. So I kind of pull the extra thread with my pinky back here. Meanwhile, my thumb and forefinger, I'm pushing that knot up.
Okay.
So if you can see with my fingers here, back here, I'm pulling and I'm pushing. So I have this like pulling and pushing motion. And that just helps me get it as close as I want it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to do...
Let me try.
You are not ready yet.
Oh.
One more.
Okay.
One more, and then I will unleash you. So...
She's really worried how it's gonna look. Is it like laying?
I thought you were ready, but after that,
after
that shoe tying comment, I thought she needs one more knot.
I can tie my shoes, okay?
So make a big knot.
Okay.
Just a regular overhand knot next to your beads, and then back here, this is where we're gonna pull.
But you need to scooch.
But we're scooching forward with my thumb and forefinger.
Okay.
So I'm pulling with my back and I'm scooching forward with my thumb and forefinger.
Okay.
And that gets my knot
close. Okay.
Yeah. And you can also have it a little looser if you didn't want it that close, that tight. If you wanted to have some, bare linen, that's up to you.
Okay.
But if you want to get it nice and tight, that's the method that I use.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll try it. You ready? Are you ready to unleash me? Scooch me over.
Pull and scooch. That's the motto.
Okay. So my mother admitted that she brought me shoes with Velcro. Shh, Mom. I told you to be appropriate.
Telling all your secrets. So the third project that you're going to get are these really cute earrings, and the skill that you're going to use, the technique that you're going to use in these is going to be learning how to use a head pin and putting a loop at the top of the head pin, and then opening jump rings. So again, very basic.
Get over here.
It's okay. You can be off screen a little bit. It's fine. Just show us now.
She's like, we don't want to see this train wreck. I don't want to see this happen.
Not enough room for both of us. There can be only one beater.
There can only be one beater.
So you're going to get 2 of these gemstone. They're little pendants, but they make great earrings because they're a good size. And you're also going to get a couple of these little tassels. And these are a Bordeaux color. So I'm just going to scooch some things out of the way. So you've got...
Bye, Eva. We'll see you later. Sorry.
No,
You've seen my office.
Away.
It's a train wreck. It's fine.
My office is pretty clean.
Hey, now, no office shaming on this live.
The 2 square feet that I sit in is pretty well organized. Don't look past that.
Denise, you're probably right that my mother bought me the Velcro so that she could undo them for me. She didn't want her baby daughter to move away. I grew up in Iowa, and she didn't want me to move away, so what did I do? I moved to Maine. And then I moved to Virginia. Then I moved back to Iowa.
If this girl ever learns how to bead, there she goes.
There I go. I won't need you anymore, Anna.
Okay, so you're going to have a selection of products here to make these necklaces, or these earrings. So we have, of course, the pendant. This is like the focal point, and then we're going to embellish it at the top. So to do the embellishments, you're going to need a head pin. And a head pin is just a little stick of wire that has a stopper on the bottom. Just a flat little head on that. What you're going to do is pick up your bead, and you're going to put that bead on your head pin. And the stopper, of course, is going to just stop the bead from falling off the bottom. So that's the whole point of a head pin, is just to have a nice flat bottom there so that you can put your beads on there. And now to do this, you are going to need a couple pairs of tools. So I have over there, Vanna.
Would you like some round nose?
Yes.
All right.
And some cutters.
Cutters right here.
And then if you've got a pair of flat nose, I will take those as well.
Let me see what we got in our
I see them right there. Orange, black, any of them. Yeah,
flat nose.
Thank you. So before you get into any kind of wire working, you will want to have a pair of the flat nose, the round nose, and cutters. It's important that you have these because otherwise you will not be able to do this project.
So this is the only thing that you will not get in this project that you don't need. You don't need a needle to make any of these things. You don't need a thread burner. You don't need any of that. The only thing you do need is a pair of round nose or needle nose pliers.
Yep. And these are essential basically for jewelry making. So we have a kit. We already have a 3 or 4 pack of wires. Or wire cutters and pliers. So you can just get that kit if you don't have anything already. Yeah, a lot of us have a toolkit at home where you might have something similar. The only thing that I will caution you about is a lot of times in toolkits or really cheap jewelry plier kits, the inside of these pliers will have ridges, and so you'll see these little bumpy ridges. It helps to grip if you need to grip something, but we don't need that. It's going to just tear apart your project. Right. So sometimes you'll see these kits that they put together and they sell in craft stores. Just check the inside here. You don't want any like grippy things. You just want a nice flat surface in there. you'll grip just fine without it.
Right. And so like,
that's my little public service announcement.
And I'm just gonna say, like, if you're giving this to, like, you know, like as a Christmas present or whatnot to, like, a teen in your life or a friend or somebody who's expressed interest in making jewelry, they can probably find this in their dad or their boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, wife, whatever. They, you know, somebody. I'm sure somebody has something around their house for this.
Most people have a toolkit, but you just want to make sure that you have the appropriate tools. And if you don't, we sell them.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. So the first thing you're going to do is once you've got your bead on your head pin, you're going to make sure your bead is all the way down towards the head pin. That's where it wants to go. Occasionally it gets hung up on something and you just need to push it down, but it's down there. We're going to use our round nose pliers. And we're going to work just at the top of that bead. So you're going to grip. You should be paying attention to this.
I am. Hey, listen, I can multitask. Okay. I cannot tie my shoes, but I can multitask.
That is the weirdest knot I've ever seen anybody make.
Seriously? How is this? This is a knot.
Yeah,
okay, is this not a knot? I'll do the next one. I'll show you the next one.
Okay.
It's a
show
knot.
The knot. Show the knot one.
The knot.
The knot. So what we're going to do is at the very, very top of our bead, we're going to bend our extra. We're going to bend the extra wire that's sticking up. And the best way to describe it is like if you think of your bead as a little person, you want your person to have a little arm like hanging out to the side.
Okay.
Like a right angle.
Okay. I get it.
It makes sense.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So flat nose pliers actually works really well for this.
Okay.
To get a nice bend in there.
I'm not responsible, Denise.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to respond to people who are making comments, but then I get distracted.
She's not responsible.
And then I get distracted, and I apparently make really weird knots.
So many of you out there know how to do this, but for those of you who don't, this is a very important step. Shh, be quiet. So you've got your bead. You need to have your little arm hanging out to the side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use our round nose pliers. And the best way to think about your round nose pliers is like the mouth of an alligator. How you've got the chomping. You want to have your alligator bite down. If I can bring this up so you can see. You want to have your alligator chomp down on that wire so that you've got a jaw on the top and the bottom. And you're going to get it as close to that bead as possible while still being on the piece of wire that's shooting off to the side. We're going to take this extra wire that we have hanging out, and it's going to go around the top of the jaw, or the top jaw. Now, this is the part that people always forget. Every time I would teach this, people would forget it, inevitably. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip, because we want that bottom jaw to now be the top jaw.
Gotcha.
And we're going to continue, wrapping that extra little bit of thread, or extra wire. So now it's back to the position where it started, but it's shorter because now it has a little loop in it.
A little loop-de-doop. Gotcha.
Yeah. So when you take it off, that's what you should have.
Cute. Now, did she, in her earrings that she did she wrap them around at all? Or is it just making a quick little... Okay.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. Just make it as simple or as...
Yeah, you just need to make a little loop.
Okay.
So that's what you have now, is a little loop at the top of your bead. So we're going to take our cutters, and what we're going to do now is go in and just trim all that extra wire. So that little arm that we started out with,
Okay.
we're just going to trim all that arm off past the loop. And it helps actually to get in there and to lift it up a little bit. So if you just lift that a little bit, you can come in here and trim that extra without accidentally trimming something else that you don't want to. So how is it going over there?
It's actually going really, really good. I mean, I'm very impressed with myself, if I may say. Oop, let me get over here. It's weird. We can't really see stuff. Like the knots are tight. Okay, so this is my weird knot apparently. So I'm just like making a little loop here. Oops, sorry. Making a loop, and I'm kind of pushing my knot through here. I mean, is that really a weird knot?
I think you're just so big with it that
I'm just so flamboyant in my knots.
Yeah,
I just like to make my
flamboyant knot.
My knots are big and beautiful, and don't discriminate against my big, beautiful knots. Okay. All right.
I like the pattern you have going there.
Well,
That's
because
really
it's
nice.
the pattern that you started.
I kind of noticed a trend after I looked at it. I was like, it actually just kind of looks the same.
It does look the same. It does.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I want to try one of these head pins.
You want to try one of these?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do one with you.
Okay.
Because
let me go.
Every time that I have taught this, it is not. Sometimes people pick it up super quick. Sometimes it's like people cannot for the life of them figure it out.
Okay.
So if you are one of those people that is scratching your head right now
Good
saying,
thing you started with glue. Thanks, Allie.
No idea what that person just did. Don't worry about it. You are not alone. And we have other videos also showcasing how to do this.
All right, do you want to get right up against the top of that bead? We're working with
you want to get right up against the top of that bead.
Okay.
And you want, because your wire right now, let me make a little, yeah, your wire right now is just a straight stick of wire.
Right.
But you want to take this piece of wire at the top, your extra, and you want to have it, you want to bend it 90 degrees.
Like that?
At the top. Yeah. So you want to bend it 90 degrees at the top.
But see, mine still is not like super close here.
So that's okay.
Okay, is that going to be fine?
It's okay for this, yeah.
Okay.
There is a little trick.
Okay.
So sometimes what people do, and I'll show you on a different one here. Sometimes what people do is they grip.
Right.
And then they bend.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Sorry.
So what you're not accounting for is the fact that you have all this wire under, like, you know, your alligator's biting onto all that wire, but it's not getting bent. Yeah. So what you have to do is you grip your wire and bend, use your pliers to bend.
Instead of bending over the top of your snout of your alligator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so just let that alligator grab on and
go to a death roll at the bottom of a pond or something.
Hashtag Wonderlust. Hashtag Wonderlust.
I assumed Amber was failing, so
Hey,
I would come in. I know. It looks really good.
Doesn't it look good? I'm getting
When are
my
you going to
knots
find
close.
the time to finish it?
There
you go.
Well,
yeah.
1 year from now, we'll be back on live, and Amber will still be working on a bracelet.
Probably.
Keep going.
All right.
So we're on the most difficult part right now.
Which is, okay, twisting this little
Bending
bad
metal.
boy. Hey, listen, tying my shoes is really hard, but so you say you take it and you just twist it down.
Well, you
See,
bend it. You just bend it
90 degrees.
90 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
remember we talked about our little man just
I
has
know.
his arm.
Over the top,
but
then.
it still is like I'm
That's
still getting
okay.
a lot of space there.
No one's going to see it by the time it's in
okay.
there.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right.
Yep.
Stop being OCD over here, Amber. Hi.
You see both jawls?
All right, but now so
You can't see both jawls. No, you need to see the bead and both jawls.
Okay, the bead and both jaws.
So that little piece should be
So
coming
you-
straight out from your chest. There you go.
All right.
There you
wow.
go. Yeah.
This is painful,
So
isn't
now-
it, people?
So now, because remember we were talking about before, your little alligator is going to come
little
along
chomper.
and bite on that thread, on that wire that's hanging onto the
You
side.
need to speak, Amber. Right now, we're creating the head of the man, and then we're going to strangle him with a noose.
Oh, I can totally get on.
Perfect.
Okay,
Get on board
I can
with
get
that
on board
one.
with that one. Don't tell my husband.
So do you remember the next step?
Okay, so it was something about twisting.
No.
No.
This is always the part that people
you
forget.
flip, right?
No.
You're already there.
I'm already there.
So
I'm
you're
going to exit.
She's making me nervous.
So you're going to take
Oh, okay.
the piece of wire that's hanging out to the side.
Twist over the top.
It's going to go over the top.
Okay. People can't see
Right?
mine.
So
Over the
it's going to
top.
go over the top.
And down. And then you flip.
And yeah, so you're going to really stop
But,
when this wire hits the bead.
okay.
You're stopping at that point.
Okay.
Because you've made half your circle. So now I just hold on to the bead and the wire and I flip, because now I want to flip the position of the top and the bottom jaw.
Flip, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
And now we can take our wire and you're going to push it
Oh, to make a little loop
under the jaw,
Okay.
and that will bring you full circle.
Sorry.
It doesn't look bad at all.
It doesn't
Look at
look
mine.
bad,
That's
but
what mine looks like.
I mean, every time I see Allie does this, it's like perfect, and I'm just like, oh boy, I'm never gonna do this.
We're also doing it on camera. I'm doing it farther away than I normally would be too.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
it's totally fine. So then you're just gonna cut off all that
Or-
extra.
or let's see if I can do this. Can you twist it around? No. Is it no? But I want to make it pretty and twist it,
So you can,
but not at my skill
but
level.
not in this video.
Okay. All right. Fine.
No, you can, but then I would recommend using a longer head pin.
Okay. All right.
And then we're just gonna cut off all that extra.
Yeah, because if you try to do it twisty, it just is a
I'm
hot
gonna
mess.
cut the extra, because all
Okay.
I need is the wire that makes up that loop.
All right.
So,
Okay.
so you can see once I've cut that off, I have a nice little loop at the top.
Yeah, and don't try to twist. Not a good idea. Just bad choices in my life right now with that twisting.
So you make something nice for your mom with that.
Hey, my mom's.
Make sure she gets a tetanus shot first. She'll say thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much for giving me birth. Here's lockjaw.
Here's- yeah. So how about this? I'm gonna make some more little. Yeah, I'm gonna make some
minute.
more of these.
Because obviously
There's
Amber
another
can't
one.
do it. No, I can't.
You're gonna get.
I will.
You're gonna get the hang of this so fast. So
All right. So
I'm
now,
just gonna make a whole bunch of these.
Where are the jump rings?
Why do you need jump rings?
Because I was gonna start on this part. Because I think I can do this.
Do we have all our dangles made?
No.
Well, then why?
Okay, fine. This is
Moving
all.
ahead.
So if my mother is still out there, she will say, "Oh, this has been Amber her whole entire life, just trying to do things before anything else."
Okay, so I have a collection of 3, 4. Is that including your dangles?
My dangle is up here. Let me make one
Okay.
without being a silly girl. That just sounded so kind of, I don't know. Not at all. Silly Amber. Amber's called wire wrap loop, but if you're not ready until you master the first regular loop. Yeah, I get that. I get that now. I'm trying to run before I can walk. Right? Isn't that the saying?
I'm trying to wrap before she can bend.
Listen, I just feel like I feel like after working here, I should have this stuff. Now, does it matter that I'm kind of mangling the wire a little bit?
You're gonna mangle a little. The important
Okay.
part is just to not mangle past the point of no return.
All right,
So
here...
you definitely can...
Wow, this is really tough. I gotta give Allie and you guys credit for being able to do this.
You definitely can overwork your metal. What you don't want to do is bend it back and forth to correct it too many times, because then you're just going to weaken it and it's going to just snap on you.
Okay, so how's that? Is that good, everybody?
Yeah, that looks good. Now
Okay.
you're just going to cut off your
I'm
extra.
just gonna snip it.
Snip my extra. You can have that.
Snip it. Snip it real good. So this is also what working with me is like, is that they will start talking something about beads, and I'm like, oh, let's just beat it. Beat it
Beat
real
it.
good.
Okay. So,
Random.
so
Aren't you guys
are
glad you came for this
working
live day?
This is going to be the tutorial for the project too, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try to edit all this stuff out. Don't worry.
Okay. Just like, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna Photoshop myself out of it. Someone else.
I might just do that.
So we actually have a lot of the components ready to go.
Okay.
Because this guy comes ready-made for you to use, and we have now a bunch of these little clusters or dangles to create the cluster. Now that we've mastered making a loop. And there is another video where Allie walks you through how to make earrings and loops. So we'll probably connect to that too. So you can see a video just on that. So the components that you're going to need here are the bottom part here. Mm-hmm. You're going to need your cluster. You're going to need a jump ring. And then you're going to need the ear wire, of course, at the top. So what we're going to do...
And a tassel.
And a tassel, yeah. So the tassel's optional, but we like it. You can either add the tassel to your earring. We're giving you 2, so you can put one on each earring. Or if you're not crazy about putting it on the earring, you could use it as a little embellishment on your bracelet or
Would you go in
wrap
the
necklace.
middle?
Or
Bracelet, wrap necklace.
Yeah. So I'll do one here so we can all see. Jump rings are very easy to open and close. They're just a little piece of round wire that has a slit in it. They're open. Mm-hmm. If you get jump rings and they say closed, it means that they've been soldered closed, and you don't want those for this project. You want to be able to open them. So to open a jump ring, I'm going to grab on either side of that little slit you can see. And do you have another flat nose?
Well, no, okay, those are
it's a
round nose,
but
it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so you're going to grab on either side, and you're just going to give it a little twist open. The way that I like to think about this is, if you imagine a slinky, how a slinky unrolls, you're gonna open it like that. You don't want to take your round, like your round and
pry it apart
so it turns into like a U shape or something like that. You just want to think about like a slinky, like how a slinky unrolls.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense, because I have actually pried apart a jump ring before and never was able to get it back into a round shape. It then became kind of oblong and oval, and it was really not pretty. Hi, Jen.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa.
So just think of a slinky. So what I'm going to do is, now that I have my jump ring open, I'm just going to slide my little pendant on there. And I'm going to start sliding some of these little embellishments, these little baubles on there.
Ah, fun.
I'm going to put 3 on this side.
So I have to say, what's really cool about this Wanderlust kit is that me not being a beader, I really feel like I could pick it up and I could make all of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, not without a few laughs and, a few starting here or there, but I really feel like I could do this. I feel empowered now.
Good. So I was actually able to put 6 of them on there with that size jump ring.
What about the tassel?
Oh, I thought you were going to use a tassel for...
I'm going to use a tassel for this too.
Okay. I just knocked my things off.
How many do we get? I think you're going to get extra tassels with this one.
You're going to get 2 tassels.
2? Okay.
You're going to get 2, yeah. So
I actually think you might get more than that.
You're going to get 2.
Okay. You're going to get 2.
You're going to get 2. So now be very careful closing your jump ring up again, or you'll knock your baubles off like I just did. And again, you just want to close it up kind of like you would close up a slinky, and you want to make sure that the top where it's open, that comes together and it looks nice and you don't have any gaps there. So then you've got this nice little cluster at the top of your pendant. So now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our earring wire, and we're going to attach it to the cluster and the pendant that we made.
Now, quick question. Could you just slip that on there while that jump ring is open, while you have it opened? Or is it better to do it, open it after the fact so that you don't, your little...
You definitely can. I felt like I was on the verge of dropping it with too many things on it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, you can put on as much as you want.
Okay.
But I just find that this is a little easier to work with. And it gives me the excuse of now I can show you how to open an earring.
Okay, perfect.
So at the bottom of the earring, you're going to see what looks like a little jump ring. It's a curved piece of wire here. And just like that open jump ring, there's a slit there where it's not joined. You're gonna pick it up, you're gonna lift it up. And then wherever you want to attach this, you're gonna attach this to your earring underneath. You could attach it to the top of your pendant, and you just kind of get a different look depending on where you attach it. If you attach it to the top of your pendant, you have kind of like this, like, funky, like it's going to the side sort of thing, because it's kind of hanging on its own. But then if you want to have more of a layered look, you're going to attach your earring to the jump ring where we attached all the baubles. So you're just going to...
Excuse me, got a little tickle.
So now I've got my jump ring there. I attached it where my earring was. And so then that elongates it. And it gives you your little baubles there hanging.
Oh, cute.
Above. Yeah. Very cute.
All right, so now, really quickly, let's pretend like I hadn't lost where I was at in my in my pattern here and kind of went a little off kilter. All right.
Okay.
And that, let's say that I was actually done. How do you do the end? Because I think that was something I'm going to struggle with, which is this part right here.
Yes.
Okay.
No reason to struggle with this. Should we just walk you through it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why we put the button on at first was because we wanted to know how big to make the loop at the bottom.
Okay.
Or at the other end. So when you're ready, you're going to just pick up a number of seed beads.
Let me put these into the camera view here. There we go. I'm sure I'm driving everybody nuts with how busy the bead mat is right now. Okay, so let's say that I'm just kind of guessing here. So I'm just going to go like, I don't know, 20 or so. I think that's probably about right.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then, of course, ADHD Amber has to stop and recount because, was that 6? Was that 10? Nope, that was 8. And then I'll start counting out loud, and my 5-year-old will start counting
70,
with me.
23.
Okay, Hazen. No.
5.
All right.
Really, it's not the number that matters. It's how long you're making your loop.
Okay.
So, yeah, so don't get too caught up on counting.
Okay. All right. So don't worry about counting. Just
get yourself like a nice like inch and a half of.
And if you want to see I always use my pinky to measure my inches. but we're also, our next postcard is going to have how many beads per inch. So then you can also look there and see, oh, hey, I'm using 8 OC beads. I need like 10 or 20 or I don't remember, 8 maybe is how many are on there. All right, so I've got about an inch.
I didn't follow that. Okay.
Okay. Oh, so our next postcard, sorry. I also do that too. I talk and I don't listen to myself, so I make 0 sense.
How many beads per inch?
How many beads per inch is going to be on the next postcard that we're including in all of the orders? So
That'll be very helpful.
Right. So it'll be, I think we're using 8 O's, and I think that's like 9 or 10.
I think you might have enough there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So stop,
But we'll
Amber.
test.
Okay.
We'll test it. When you get close, you're going to test it because it's going to come together into a loop. And you just want to make sure that this loop is going to comfortably fit over your button there at the end.
So I could probably even
So I
take out a
think
couple.
you're actually, I don't know, I think it's good. I don't think I would take out any. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Yeah. So then what I would do is you're going to take this around and just tie yourself a little knot at the end there.
Okay. And do I want to like double knot it or triple knot it?
Tie a little knot, and then
She's going to make fun of my knot again.
And then I'm going to show you how to do something so that you don't have to worry about your extra thread.
Okay, so would you wrap around a couple of times or just...
I would just do an overhand knot, just a straight overhand knot to start out with.
Okay, now my brain is like thinking, what's...
Okay, what's an overhand knot? Do you want me to show you?
Thanks, Mom, for buying me Velcro shoes. See?
Our next project will be Velcro.
Oh my god. Hold on. Yes, yes, yes. I know I'm being silly here. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Perfect. You just need something to hold it together.
Okay, so then, but we don't want to make it too loose, right? So I gotta really try to work that. Really try to work it down until I start tightening it and it doesn't. See? It's fine. We'll pretend like that looks nice.
It does. It does. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So now what you can do on either end, really, because you're going to have this little bit of extra, is you can make a cute little, like, dangle off of it.
Okay.
So let's take this extra, and I'm just going to string a couple random things here. I really like this yellow color. For some reason, like, the mustards are really calling to me.
Anna,
So,
Anna, put me on your bead.
so with the extra, I just put on a few beads, and all I'm gonna do is just make that overhand knot, and just using that same technique, get up real close there. And because it's wax linen cord, you shouldn't really have any issue with it really coming unknotted.
Okay.
You can put a dab of glue on there because over time the wax will, of course, like kind of work its way off. But at this point, what I'm going to do is just get a nice tight...
It's a little loose, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to cut the end there. Leave a little bit there. And if you feel like you need to add a little dab of glue, go for it. This super new glue, though, it comes out very quick. So you want to be careful about that. You don't want to squeeze the bottle. I cannot emphasize enough. Don't squeeze the bottle. You will have glue over your entire work surface.
You will now be glued to your beading project.
Yeah.
And you will like be walking around and be like,
you,
hi, you like my nice hand embellishment? Yeah.
And you can even dab some of the extra glue off on something that, you know, you're just going to throw away.
Cool.
Like this little bag here. So now you have your whole project, and you have a cute little dangle.
Yeah. I could have done a little bit better tightening that up there, but my first attempt, so...
First attempt, yeah. And you could do the same thing on this side, too, and have a little dangle so that you've got, you know, a little extra security.
Right.
And also just a little embellishment. But
Cool.
you did a really great job.
I'm surprised, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm a little shocked with myself right
Really? No, it's great. It's great. Yeah. So you can see here's the one that we had done longer, and so this can either be a necklace or it can be a wrap. This is our little sample that we made today. We have our earrings,
and my favorite, because it's so easy, my little Wanderlust necklace.
And with the earrings too, we're going to include the 2 tassels. So you had kind of stolen this tassel, but that's okay. You can also, because the tassel has a little jump ring on it, you can just slide it on there any place you want and get a nice little pair of earrings with the tassel on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah. Bracelet, necklace, earrings.
Yeah. And
Why can't you wear it all at once?
Right. And then you can also wear this as a necklace too. So I actually think that I have some really close girlfriends up in Maine who have some young teens, and I think I'm going to send them this for Christmas.
Yeah, I think it's a great intro. It's a great intro. The colors, I think, are really great for young people, really for anybody, but yeah, it's
great.
So did this make you a little less afraid of beading?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I'm ready to go tackle the world. 2 needle herringbone.
We know.
Is that even a thing?
We know what your mom's getting for Christmas.
She's going to get Velcro shoes is what she's going to get.
She's going to get a cabochon Velcroed onto a bezel.
Yes, you are, Mother.
Onto
Her birthday is December 1st, so guess what she's getting in the mail? I'm going to Velcro that on. Then she can interchange it. Hey, listen, we're onto something here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So just for clarity, this kit does not include Velcro. It only includes glue, some head pins.
All right. Well, I guess we're done.
I hope we imparted all the knowledge that you need to complete your own #Wanderlust kit. It's a great beginner kit, like we've been saying. But really for anybody who just likes jewelry and likes the color palette and the projects here, it's great. Great for teens, great for everybody.
Yep. Thank you for teaching me, Anna.
Yeah, you're
I appreciate
welcome.
it.
Anytime. It was a hoot.
All right, thanks guys. We'll see you later. And Allie is not going to be on Twitch today. So unfortunately you just got stuck with us. So
and I'm sure they do feel stuck.
I'm sure Anna feels stuck with me right now. But
we'll be doing these live tutorials for the # kits that are coming up because we have some more planned. So remember to subscribe and like, because we'll put them on YouTube.
We're going to put them on YouTube as well.
So remember to, make sure that you're aware of what's going on with us by subscribing and liking, and that way, as the new kits come out, you can see us. you can see us, muddle through here together and again, teach you how to do it as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and join our Facebook group as well for beading and jewelry making. Bye, guys.
Bye.